different from anything that's out there. What you're bringing home today is the Dual Salmon Concealer. That on its own is $28. But we're going to include the concealer brush that you see right here. It's part of our beauty event price that we've got going on for the month of May. So think about this, $28 for the concealer alone, plus you get the brush for $35.54. It is a 266414. What the heck is Salmon Concealer?
So this is the most popular item. Actually, it's the most popular concealer. If you ask any makeup artist, any pro makeup artist, this is in their arsenal. I'll tell you why. Because this is the concealer that doesn't just, you don't put it on in a thick, cakey layer. This is gonna neutralize. It's gonna color correct, and then it's gonna brighten and highlight. Most concealers either do one or the other. They're not gonna give you the coverage. This one is concentrated. There's no water, there's no paraben, no fragrance. It's made with the esters, vitamin E, coconut oil, and true pigment. I want you to see why these two colors make such a difference. So Mary is the light, okay? She would be wearing the light. And you see underneath her eye, she's got a little bit of the blue coming out, and a little discoloration, and maybe this color, sorry, I'm covering your eye, Mary, but you might think this color is so much darker than her skin. Why would you use this? But I want you to know that the darker color neutralizes discoloration. The lighter color brightens and highlights. You need them both, because if you just use the lighter color, you're gonna highlight an area you're trying to cover. And the beauty by using tiny little bits of product, and the reason I do this after the eye makeup is because then you get to clean up, and now you just have beautiful, beautiful finish. Nothing under her eyes.
Look how much more lifted her skin looks, and how plump the appearance of underneath her eye is just from that color correcting, but the coverage alone. I want to show you the shade chart while Eve's kind of still touching up on this, because when you see the difference, Mary's in the light, you're like, hang on, I look exactly like Mary. What shade is she in? So we actually start with fair. That's the lightest shade.
Yes, so fair is for the fairest of the fair skins, the ultra porcelain. The light, Mary's in the light. I'm also wearing the light. The light is if you wear ivory or cream tones, any neutral light coloring. The medium is a universal medium. So if you wear cool or warm medium tones, you're in the medium. Courtney, Jill is in the medium. Tan is a golden warm tan. Or if you're a self-tanner, the dark is a dark chocolate. Alicia is wearing the dark. And by the way, Sheila's wearing the tan. And the deep is a rich espresso. You know, a day, she wears the deep.
Perfect.
In our coloring.
So take a look at the balance that we're seeing just on Mary's eye alone, and you're going to show us how to apply it again. So it's a two-layer process,
well,
essentially.
You know what? I started doing it here, but I'm going to do, before I blend it out, I'm going to show you what I did here. I essentially took the brush. If you don't want to do the two layers, just put it right in the center. Just put it right in between.
Okay.
And then let the brush and the product do the work. So I just dabbed it. And if you notice, I'm not putting it too close to under the eye. When you're putting your concealer, put it lower than your eye, and then blend it in. Otherwise, you get too much product. Like now that I did two layers, there's too much, because you need so little of this. And you see, I'm going back and forth, almost like removing it, because you need so little product, so nothing goes into your pores, nothing goes into your fine lines.
Wow.
A little bit goes a long way. I mean, it's concentrated. This will last you such a long time. Because there's no water in here, it's not being, like, there's no fillers. It's just pure skin treatment. It's got the esters and the coconut oil and the vitamin E, and it's pure pigment. So Mary wears our light coloring. It's so, right? Look at you. That's, yeah, you did it. You got it, girl.
I learned from the best.
Really easy. Just look at her before and after. All of the discoloration under her eye has been removed. I also put it here on the outside edges, so this gives you a nice opening of your eye. So if your eye has a tendency to kind of droop down, put a little bit of the concealer right on the outside and put a little bit of it right here on the inside. It's going to give you, like, boom.
Well, her eyes are so much more open, and it's amazing that when you've color corrected the bottom of the eye, how much that opens the even top portion of the eye where the lash line is.
Absolutely. So if you got the red colors, you've got blue coming out, you've got discoloration, hyperpigmentation, you've got acne breakouts, this is what you want to put on it. It's going to give you that nice haze, it's not going to look like, oh, there's a concealer covering up something.
Right. Well, I mean, even from the texture alone that you've seen on Mary to now Sheila, who's going to be in the tan, she's going to...
Oh, she's removing.
She's
So
removing.
She's removing. And you could see for Sheila, she has a little bit of hyperpigmentation, and she wears the tan coloring. And if you notice, when she rubbed off her makeup, the beauty about all of our products working together, there is no... It doesn't get like weird and blotchy and splotchy. Everything still blends beautifully together.
Nothing looks layered.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So during the day, if you ever want to touch up your makeup, you can absolutely, throughout the day, put on some primer or add a little concealer. Look at that. I mean, that was incredible, Sheila. You look gorgeous. And your skin looks three-dimensional. And when I'm looking at you, I notice a beautiful woman with gorgeous skin.
Wait a second, are we slimming down your nose? Is that what this is? What is that called?
That is called contouring your nose.
Contour your nose. I'm always like, skinny nose alert. Like, I always forget what to say. So you can use the same brush to do that, to kind of angle it out?
That's the brush. Well, that's the brush that you would use to contour your nose. Absolutely. That's the brush that you use with those warm tone colors, so it doesn't look like you've got railroad tracks on your nose. That's what you use to have subtle contouring. Look at that. She covered that hyperpigmentation. She also covered that blue vein that she has. That's the beauty about having that blue neutralizer. And that's what the Salmon Concealer is all about. It's got that blue neutralizer to neutralize and then color correct discoloration. My girlfriend Melly is here and she loves this color corrector. She's like, where's the color corrector for my under eye?
Well, I could very quickly see how just with this product alone, you're like, look, if you're going to ship me off to a deserted island, I know the one thing that I'm going to take, and thank goodness it comes with a brush and a tiny little mirror. Just the concealer alone, the duo, would be $28. You're also getting the brush for $35.54. That's a price that we only have for the month of May with the beauty event that we've got going on. This is also something that, again, when you think about a standalone piece, if you're somebody that doesn't wear makeup, you still have a place for this.
Oh, yes. If you wear nothing else, put the primer on and the concealer. This is all you need in your pocket. This is what you take on your vacation. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What I love that what Sheila does is, if you look at her under eye, if you look at her skin, there's nothing ashy, there's nothing chalky, there's nothing gray, nothing yellow. It is just part of her skin. And when she looks straight ahead, when she turns around, you don't see a woman that's wearing makeup. You see a woman that's got beautiful skin, like touchable skin.
You see a woman that allegedly went on a juice cleanse, and you're like, oh, great for you. Like, you didn't eat anything, and great. I'm so happy that you're glowing. No juice diet needed.
No juice diet. I like that. That's a nice tagline.
This is cupcakes, champagne, Doritos, you name it.
All the things that I love.
Yes.
And Doritos, that's the word. So if you look at her face and look at her skin, down her neck, it's one coloring. You don't see a separation between here's my concealer, here's my foundation. Everything just flows. That's the beauty, and that's what I want to show you and I want to share with you. You can have beautiful skin. Okay, let's look at you, young lady. What have you been eating? No,
I ask myself that every day.
Me too. So here we go. I think that you're gorgeous. You are, to me, the California gorgeous girl. I'm going to put this brush right in the center of both colors, and I'm going to just spot apply a little bit here underneath your eyes, because even though when you could be fair, you still can have these little, little dark under eye circles. And that's how simple that is.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
So you look at the difference between nice, smooth, and a little bit of the blue that she has. This is how simple it was. I put it, because right here, if you come close, she's got these little dots right there. So here we just go right like that. So it neutralizes the little dots. And then the highlighter.
And it's amazing how it blends, because it does look dark on the skin, but then it kind of goes together with that brush.
The dark is what neutralizes
it. And it erases everything.
It is a complete eraser. Oops, there's almost. Hold on. I'm telling you, 51,
sometimes it's one of those days.
Girls, 51. I'm going blind. But if a blind makeup artist can do this.
She's back.
Yes.
She's back and better than ever. And look at that. And that's the other cool thing about, again, with the foundation that Jill's got on, now she's spot treating with the concealer to kind of get that flawless skin. You look at her and think, wow, she doesn't have any makeup on. Now, obviously, she has on an eyeliner and mascara, but from here around, you think, gosh, she's so lucky. She must take really great care of her skin. This is that full coverage that doesn't look like it. It looks like bare skin that's naturally gorgeous.
Absolutely. And you can also put this under your brow, by the way. It's a great way to make your brow get higher, and by your eyelid. Jill, you just look adorable to me. You always look adorable. Look at that suntan you got. Where did you go?
Dominican
Republic.
Dominican Republic. And it shows. So glowy.
This is just your sunburn. It's not even makeup. I'm like, what's over here? There's nothing here but your sunburn.
All right, so here are our shades. Remember, it's an event price. The concealer alone's $28. You get the brush. We start with Fair.
Fair, super porcelain, ultra fair, that would be you. The light is a neutral light. So if you wear cream or ivory tones, I'm in the light, Mary's in the light. Medium is a universal medium, and it's our most popular shade, most versatile. If you wear cool or warm mediums, that's for you. The tan is the golden warm tan. Sheila is in the tan. The dark is a dark chocolate. Alicia is in the dark. And deep is a rich espresso. We do have a shade for every person, so there is one for you. Your true color will be somewhere in between the two when you get them at home. So you're going to be right in the middle of it. One side should be lighter. Yeah,
because
one
if you're
side
5 shades into self-tanner, good news, you don't have to get the darker shade. All right, that's 826-414. Just a reminder, this is something we didn't have a lot to go around, and we had quite a few spoken for in the show. We now have fewer than 200 of the Ultimate Eye Palette, the first ever that Eve created. You get a dual-ended brush, and you actually get a full-size lipstick as well. The value on just the brush and eye palette alone is $75, and then you add in that lip gloss as well. You bring it home for $50, even better yet, $12.50 on Easy Pay. This is one that, again, we're building an entire face. You've seen the primer, the foundation, the concealer. This is going to be how you get that really great color pigment all around your eyes and your lips as well. It's a 294-119. Now, this is probably the most unique eyeliner I think that we have here at QVC, because when you take a look at this Emmy, Eve didn't just get those Emmys, by the way. There's 5. We just didn't have room for them. The other 3 are in the car. I fought for it, and I was like, we should have